leap and the net will appear. James says, leap and the net will appear is an old Zen saying. It's not dip your toe in and the net will appear. It's not dabble and the net will appear. It's to leap, is to demonstrate 100% faith that you are supported, your success is inevitable, and it's all working out for you. And if you really believe that, you would have already jumped. Welcome to Inside the Audition, the podcast where we go behind the scenes for a deep dive look into the world of auditions. I'm Joe Lars Larson, creator of Actors Audition Club, an international community helping actors book your dream roles in TV, film, and theater.
And I'm Brandon Knox, actor, producer, and co-host. Each episode, we chat with actors and industry professionals to share their audition experiences, insights, and advice.
We provide actors with actionable tips, strategies, and resources to help you elevate your auditions.
We demystify the often intimidating and misunderstood world of auditions to help you succeed.
So whether you're just starting out on your acting journey or you're a seasoned pro, join our Actors Audition Club members as we go
Inside the Audition.
Hey, here we are inside the audition. We're inside it.
Yes.
Yeah. BK Broiler, how are you? Welcome. This is episode 136.
Oh, thank you. It's good to be here. I was here for 135 and 134, and I'm very excited for 136.
Yes, I heard that this episode is going to be the episode of all episodes. They're already talking about it on the blogs, TMZ especially.
Yeah.
Even to get into the studio today, there was paparazzi everywhere. They were like, Lars, Brandon, can we have a statement? What are you going to cover on today's episode? And we said,
get out of the way.
You're going to have to watch live, or you're going to have to listen. We also had thousands, if not millions, if not trillions of upset fans because normally we broadcast live at 2 p.m. It is 5 p.m. When we're broadcasting live right now because Brandon and I were out of town doing a corporate murder mystery show for Big Time Murder, aka TorontoMurderMystery.com. And we spent the whole day together. We left at 9:30 this morning. Had a leisurely drive to Canfield, Ontario, which is somewhere between Hamilton and St. Catharines in a beautiful estates, the Canfield Estates. And it was our third trip out there, my third trip. We did another corporate murder mystery for them a couple months ago. Then I did a stand-up show for a big stag or a gentleman's night, which was amazing on Saturday. And Brandon and I were there today doing another great show, and now we're back.
Yeah, and people don't know this, Lars, but you were on a kind of trilogy this weekend, weren't you?
Yes, I had a Hunt Club trifecta.
Yeah.
This week past on Thursday, we were in London at the London Hunt Club, swanky venue. And then I was in Ajax at the Hunt Street Tap and Grill. And then Saturday, I was back at Canfield Estates, which was formerly a private hunt club. And I think what I proved is the more time you spend at hunt clubs and hunt club related venues, the better your life is. And the better your life is, the more time you spend at hunt clubs. And the more time you spend at hunt clubs, the better your life becomes. So hang out around hunt clubs. Unless you're a fox or a pheasant, then steer clear.
Go the other way.
But nobody was shooting me. And I'm not, I think all those hunt clubs, most of them now are just skeet shooting. I don't think the live animal hunting is a thing. Also often, I know the London Hunt Club is also a golf course. That might be a bad combination, a bunch of guns and a bunch of golfers out on the course. So, yeah.
No one knows what they're shooting at.
Extra points. Yeah. I think I got a big one. Oh, I got a big one. I think I just shot the Sasquatch.
Someone's going to be arguing over par. Like, but my ball was shot. You can't count that as one stroke.
Rules are rules, man. Rules are rules. Yeah, it was the Hunt Club trifecta, but great shows all around. We had an amazing show last week in London, then a couple back-to-back stand-up shows and another show today. It's just a whirlwind. And we're back for episode 136. Thank you for watching live on Facebook and YouTube. We'll be back to our regularly scheduled time, I believe, next week at 2 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
But while you're watching live, make sure to smash that share button, share it out to your actor friends on Facebook and YouTube. Or if you're listening to this at a later date, maybe both of us are long dead and you're listening to us in the year 2400. I think I'll be dead by 2400, or maybe I'll be some kind of cyborg brain in a jar type thing.
Nice.
But if that's the case, I hope you're enjoying the show. And I don't know how I died, but hopefully it was magnificent and glorious.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Especially if you're a cyborg, I'm sure.
I died at a hunt club being accidentally shot by a skeet. Skeet. Yeah, that was really fun. We had a good day. Feels like it's been a long day. A lot of driving. But yeah, shout out to Peter Dillon, who was our guest on episode 134, 2 episodes ago. Peter's an incredible actor, a very successful actor, and also owns Big Time Murder, which is also TorontoMurderMystery.com and OttawaMurderMystery.com. So shout out to Peter. Thanks for the gig. Thanks for the work. And great food today. I got to shout out. Did I have his card? Oh, I did have his card. Here, I'm gonna grab his card.
Okay. Grabbing a card. He's back.
At Canfield Estates, I got to shout out Mercatino, Stefan Testa. There it is. You want some good food?
Yeah,
some
that
incredible
food was fantastic today.
Yeah, the other night, I didn't even know this was a thing. This is going to sound like a joke, but the other night, one of the dinners, they had beef, which was amazing. And then they also had a horse, which was equally amazing. And I didn't even know that was a thing. Apparently, there's obviously some rules about how you kill a horse and what you do with it and all that kind of things. But I never would have known. And if they hadn't told me it was horse, I just would have been like, this steak is delicious.
Was it thick cuts too?
And they were like little mini fillets kind of thing.
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, apparently it was a real fast horse too. It was one of the fastest back in its day. But it broke a leg and was headed to the glue factory. And we were like, why don't we eat some of it before we turn it to glue? Now I'm questioning the whole decision. Now that I explain it, but it was delicious. And shout out to the venue there. Now, episode 136. We had some news, a review.
We did have a review. Yeah,
of the 5-star variety, I believe, too.
A client shout out, if you will.
Little client shout out. Who we got today?
We got Holly DeVoe, who has been taping here for over 5 years. And you work with her a lot, Lars. So I'll read this out for you. Been taping here for over 5 years. Best place to get a self-tape done in the city of Toronto. More affordable than other options. Every reader is great, and Lars in particular offers very insightful ideas for each scene. On top of that, the results always look amazing. Thanks for your awesome work, Lars, and all the Laughing Vikings. Applause.
Yes, shout out to Holly. We love Holly. She said, she came here about, I guess it has been 5 years when you count COVID in the middle there for a couple of years. She's always great to work with. She's a pro. She works a ton. She's in TV, film, always super prepared. When she was here just the other day, when she left this review, she had 3 big scenes for, I think it was a lead in an upcoming feature. And the third scene, she nailed in a one-take wonder. It was quite an emotional scene. And she actually surprised me. She kind of looked down for a second. And then when she looked up, she had the perfect movie tear, like single tear come down here. It looked like CGI. I'm like, did you just CGI a tear in your audition? Nope. She's just that well trained on command. She got there in a oneer, and at the end of this was the third scene. At the end of that, I'm like, I think that was a one taker, and we watched it, and she put her stamp of approval on it. So yeah, shout out to Holly DeVoe. She's super cool, super friendly, great vibes. And she was recently at the Canadian Screen Awards. I believe she was a nominee there. And a little while back, she did a movie with Drew Seeley. You might know Drew from, I think he was in the High School Musical Disney World, the actor / singer. They played a husband and wife in like a CW Hallmarky type thing. And I think she told us that they're doing a sequel on that as well. So shout out to both Holly DeVoe and Drew Seeley. Congrats on all your successes. And we love working with you. So thank you for the 5 stars. Yes.
Yeah.
And something else I'll mention that Holly mentioned to me way back in the day is she didn't let me know this until after the fact, but the very first time she came to the studio, I think she was auditioning for, I think it was the TV series Future Man, and she was auditioning to play a version of Marilyn Monroe, and she booked it. And then she told me afterwards, she was like, just so you know, I was actually in a bit of a slump and a bit of a rut. It had been quite some time since she had a booking, and she was kind of down in the dumps and a little stressed out about it, as you can be sometimes. And she booked that one, and she's been on a heater ever since. So we love hearing that. We'll take a tiny bit of credit for that, but Holly, it was only a matter of time for you. She's great. She's super funny. She's solid. Technically, she's sound. She's dead still on camera too, and always finds the moments. And she never has a false beat. Like there's never a line read where I'm like, I didn't buy that at all. Very, very genuine, very grounded. So excited to see all of her success. And that's what we love doing here is we love helping people transform their auditions and elevate their performance and book more roles in TV, film, and theater. And sometimes you need an outside eye and maybe you need to shake it up. And one of the things I would say to every actor who's out there, I don't know how you're doing your self-tape auditions, but I would throw this theory of mine out there. And it's that self-taping and shooting auditions with your spouse or a family member or a friend might be one of the worst ways to do your self-tapes if they're untrained. So what I'm saying is, if you're doing your self-tapes with your wife or your husband or your kid or your neighbor or your uncle, and they're not a trained actor, they don't have any TV film acting experience, they don't have any casting experience, that might not be the best way to do things. I know it's convenient. I know you can skimp and save some money by doing that, by recruiting a family member. But when you think about it, every movie and TV show that you've ever seen, all of the casting people were professionals. All of the crew was professionals. All of the actors were professionals. So it's a little backwards that you would want to break into that world by working with a non-trained, non-professional person and expect that you're going to get that. Now, of course, it's not about the reader. It is about the actor on screen. However, 2 things that can happen. One is you're going to get opinions that, do you really want to take an opinion from someone who has no acting training, no casting training, no expertise in the business? And then the other thing, even if they are trained, the challenge, I think it's great, like for all the couples out there who you're both actors, and that's amazing. You have that. The challenge still there is, are you getting a note from the actor or the TV film professional, or are you getting a note from your wife or your husband at that time? And there's a difference. It's your personal relationship can kind of weave into that. And sometimes it's just a challenge to navigate that. And you can be mixing and intermingling the profession with your personal relationship with that person. So it's tough to get honest, neutral feedback unless you're working with someone who is an outside eye with an eye for auditions and trained like all of our session directors. So I would just offer that caveat to everyone out there. If you're skimping, and also you're saving money, you think you're saving money, but if you would do it with a professional and maybe get a note that would take your audition from here to here, or an extra beat, or just a little extra insight. I'm always a big believer that Two brains are better than one, and creatively, two people or three people are going to have better ideas than one brain. It's tough to judge yourself too. You really need an outside eye. So I would say that if you're not getting that outside eye, you think you're saving money, but if you're not booking it because of that, you could, maybe you're saving a little bit of money on the self-tape, finding professional service, but is that costing you the role of your dreams? Is that costing you that big commercial or that big series recurring or the lead in the feature? And I'm always a big believer, long before I was running the self-tape studio here, but I'm a big believer in investing in yourself, investing in your career. One of our business mentors here, James Wedmore from Business by Design, one of his things that he likes to remind us is the transformation begins with the transaction, meaning the energetic exchange of money, which really is just an energy. That energetic exchange starts a process where you become extra committed. And we've had several people come here and say, well, yeah, I always used to skimp on self-tapes. I was begrudging, I got to pay for this. I got to invest in auditions. I don't even have the job yet. Doesn't make sense. How can I spend money on auditions when I don't have the role? But what it's like is you put wood into the fire before you get the heat from the fire. You throw in fuel into that. So it's like you need an input to get the output. And that transformation, just like when you go to a gym, it's like everyone knows, I don't think it's a secret how to be healthy and how to get in shape. Move your body, eat less crap. But the second you invest in a personal trainer and they know that you're going to show up and you know that they're going to show up, so you got to come and deliver the goods and show up and really nail it. It's the same thing with auditions. When you get an audition and you instantly book a session with a pro, whether it's here at Actors Audition Club or somewhere else, you know that you've set the wheels in motion and you know that you can't skimp on your prep because you get the audition on a Thursday and you book it for a Saturday and the deadline's on Monday. Then you know, okay, I really got into this. It can help with the procrastination. It can help with your prep. You don't want to show up unprepared as well. So I would really challenge people, if what you're trying to do as an actor is to get the most from the least, I would question that thinking and maybe take another look at that and realize, okay, well, what would happen if instead of doing the minimum with my auditions, what if I did the most? What if I prepared the most? What if I invested the most? What if I recruited professional help? What if I went to a professional studio or invested in my own equipment? You upgraded your home studio, got a better backdrop, got a better lighting, got a better mic, got a better device to shoot it on. It's very, very few things in life where investing the least amount of money is going to get you the biggest return. Like scratch and win card. What are your odds you're going to win a scratch and win card and be the $1 million winner? You're probably just going to scratch and scratch and scratch and scratch and scratch forever, and you're never going to win because the odds are like getting hit by a lightning bolt. Not good odds. So invest in yourself, invest in professionals, and just trust in all areas of life. DIYing it is not the best. It's not always the best way to do it. So just I challenge you guys to think about that and maybe have a relook. And if you've never taped with someone professionally, maybe because in your head you're telling yourself, oh, well, that doesn't make sense. I can't spend money on an audition because I haven't booked the gig. It's backwards. Why am I spending money to audition? You're not really spending money to audition. You're investing money to put your best foot forward in an audition that might be life-changing. So I think that to invest $50, $100, whatever the amount is, you're going to get a 10-fold, 100-fold, maybe 1,000-fold return on that. And again, in most areas in your life, skimping on it, it's like, yeah, do you want to do your own electricity? Do you want to do your own plumbing? Do you want to do your own roof? You'll save some money, but you might end up with a leaky roof or you'll electrocute yourself. So there's my little rant on investing in yourself. Now, we mentioned James Wedmore, and we're going to be talking a lot more about James over the next few months here. Reason being James' signature business program, Business by Design, which I enrolled in back in 2021, in June of 2021. He's doing a big launch where they do their yearly enrollment. So I'm going to be talking a little bit more about Business by Design over the next few days, the next few weeks leading up to that. I would like, if you're an actor or an artist, a comedian, I know we have actors and comedians out there who are listening. You got to treat your career like a business. The acting and performing side of things. If you do want it to be a business, it's fine if it's just something on the side, or you want to be in community theater, or you want to go out to the odd open mic or something like that. But if you're looking to do this as a career and make money on it, at some point, you got to occasionally be wearing the CEO hat in addition to your artist hat. And that's a different mindset. And it's also a different set of skills and things that you have to learn to be running a business. And so anyone out there, especially if you're looking to figure out a way that you can drop a Joe job or a regular 9-to-5 job, if you've got something that's like sucking your soul 9-to-5, I would highly recommend Business by Design. I would recommend this so much that I would never tell anyone. If anyone in my life was ever thinking, I want to go back to college or university or go to business school, I would say, save your money, enroll in Business by Design, which is essentially the way to describe it is that program, James, it's primarily for digital businesses. So course creators, coaches, people creating online memberships, maybe digital downloads, which can all apply to actors. Maybe you want to, or actors or comedians, can help you sell your stand-up online, can help you with live events, live coaching, live training, membership events, courses, all those kind of things that you could do on the side as an actor. What he's put together in Business by Design is, the way to explain it is, it's kind of like the Lego instruction manuals for how to build every aspect of your business, whether it's website landing pages, or whether it's putting together a training program, or an email, or a podcast, or an opt-in page, or a checkout page, or a 3-day workshop that you want to run. All of those parts of the business, step by step through Business by Design, they've put together these. Really, it's a checklist. So, like when you're putting together Lego, you get 1,000 pieces. You would never have, if you were just going to wing it and grab random pieces and put it together, you'd probably never complete it. But you spend a couple hours and it's okay. Step one, grab these pieces, put them here, here, and here, and then grab these pieces. They go here, here, and here. And then you walk your way through it. And at the end, you've got this incredible thing. You just built the Millennium Falcon, if it's the Star Wars Lego. And it's the same thing with business. There's certain things you need, some certain structures. There's things that work, and there's things that don't work. And I'm real happy to say that James Wedmore and his program Business by Design, he's the reason that Laughing Vikings and Actors Audition Club is even a thing, where we're a full-blown business, and he's my guy. So shout out and thank you to James Wedmore. You'll hear more about that. And for any of you who are interested, especially if you're an actor or comedian and you're like, especially if COVID hit you, if you realize during COVID, oh shit, I'm vulnerable. The only way I ever make money is if I show up in person somewhere to do a show. There's only so much time in the day. You can only be in one spot. If you're ever sick or injured, then what happens to your money? If we ever had another pandemic, how are you going to do things? So if you're looking at how can I leverage the internet and a digital business, an online business, if you wanted to create a course or maybe put together some workshops, or if you're a comedian, even just advertising and promoting live events or Zoom events, online events, if you're any of those people, reach out to me and I can fill you in on Business by Design. I can point you in the direction of some of James's free programs if you just wanted to get a feel for some of his training. But he's a brilliant marketer. He's a brilliant digital CEO. And on top of all the business, I would call him also my mindset coach as well. Like the amount of pearls of wisdom that this guy has from things of like abundance and how the universe works, and just his entire mindset is quite high level and very high vibe. So if you are an actor or an artist and you're looking to formalize a business, shoot me a message. I can fill you in on how James has helped me. And Laughing Vikings and Actors Audition Club would not exist as a business without James. So we want to share. This is a little bonus. When I did enroll, he has these little cards here, and they're just little reminders and mostly philosophy, business philosophy. But this one here, this one's great for us, says, leap and the net will appear. James says, leap and the net will appear is an old Zen saying. It's not dip your toe in and the net will appear. It's not dabble and the net will appear. It's to leap, is to demonstrate 100% faith that you are supported, your success is inevitable, and it's all working out for you. And if you really believe that, you would have already jumped. And I think that's a great lesson for actors and performers here, is the more you are fully committed to this. And this even goes back to what I was just saying about investing. Maybe you're not investing because you're like, oh, I don't know if this is going to work out. But when you're all in, the universe responds. People around you will see that you're all in. They'll hear you talking about your dreams. They'll see, wow, they're really driven. But think about people you met in your life where they're like, they're kind of half-assed and everything. They're dabbling. Oh, I'm going to try this. That doesn't inspire you. You don't rally behind them to help them reach their dreams. But when you see someone who's fully invested, fully all in, you want to help that person. You'd be like, well, what do you need help with? How can I get on board? And all of a sudden you're part of their vision. You're seeing their vision because they're speaking about it, and you're on board with that. So be all in. Are you a dabbler right now? And if you're a dabbler, the way to tell that is, are you half-assing your auditions? Are you really putting in the prep? Are you fully happy with your auditions, or are you doing them very last minute? Maybe you're missing deadlines. Maybe you're even saying no to some auditions, not because it's not the right fit, but because you just look at your schedule and you're like, oh, I don't really have time to get this one done. So you pass it over. Maybe you're not training. Maybe you're not taking any classes. And a lot of the times people do that. It can be a sort of a self-sabotage where you don't go fully in. You have the dream, but the nice thing is here's the thing, when you go all in, there's the risk of going all in and not getting what you want, or there's that perceived risk. But when you kind of hang back, you allow your dream to still exist out there, but there's the risk of going for it. And then, oh, what if I really go for it and I don't win? That kind of shatters that dream. So a lot of people don't go all in because they want to keep the dream alive, but you're just keeping it at a distance, up high in the sky, or you're keeping it a daydream rather than making it your daily real life reality. And you keep it a daydream, and one day, someday, maybe woulda, shoulda, coulda, I might, but take that leap, jump in. And that's if you want to be a dabbler, great. Keep your 9 to 5, do community theater, maybe do the odd background, student film, that kind of thing. But if you're an actor looking to do this full time, and this is myself, this is Brandon, this is everyone here at Actors Audition Club, it is a highly competitive industry with huge rewards and huge opportunities, but highly, highly competitive, where every audition, there's no second prize other than maybe the casting director appreciates you did a great job, or maybe production sees you. But it's a one horse game, meaning 1 out of 500 people who audition get it. So if you're not all in and you're not fully invested and you're not putting in the work, how can you expect to get results from that? So it just doesn't make sense. Anything you want to add to that, Brandon?
Yes. Because I think it's important that we also understand that not everything comes at once. Lars and I have both been in this business for professionally for about 10 years now. And like, we're still finding our place in the business, and what I'm slowly coming to realize, and not quite slowly, is that you need to dabble in several different fields as an artist, and not just everyone does one thing. I remember graduating from University of Windsor and thinking, oh well, I'll just be so good at auditioning that I won't have to worry about writing or producing or anything else. And that's not true. You have to find things that make you creatively fulfilled and creatively willing to take risks. And that comes from doing other things. That comes from writing that screenplay that you've been thinking about or dabbling in. That comes from producing.
I would just, sorry to interrupt, I would just caution against the word dabble, because the word dabble is like, you don't get much from dabbling. I think what you mean is open your horizons to other experiences, other classes, other skills. The danger with dabbling is you're always going to be surface level, and you just don't get returns from dabbling. It's like you give a little bit and you'll get a little bit. So I would go deep with that stuff, but with what you find, you take a class. Maybe you find, hey, you know what? I don't really vibe with that teacher. I don't vibe with that class. So I'll move on to the next one. Explore it and explore things deeply versus dabble.
Fair.
Yeah.
My card is don't grow up. It's a trap.
Oh, it is a trap. Yeah.
We are all born with infinite possibilities, and as we grow, we learn to limit and doubt ourselves. So don't grow up. When I was growing up, I always loved Peter Pan,
right.
And like I always think back to that. And one of my favorite teachers, Lynn Cormack, who just opened her website, by the way, lynncormack.com. She teaches in a class that I think is essential for any actor starting out. Nailing the small roles. She really helped me dissect a script, especially if it's only one or two lines and like you don't have anything else to go off of. She's fantastic at that. She's one of the best text analysis people I've ever met in my life, and I highly recommend that. So if you do get a chance, check out lynncormack.com and sign up for Nailing the Small Roles class. I believe it's over Zoom and in person, but I could be wrong about that. But she has an exercise called Playing in the Sandbox, where you just are free. You're free to explore the scene any way that you can, any way that you feel is right, and play around and explore. And that's what I absolutely love to do. I spend a lot of time in an alleyway working on lines, and like I pace back and forth and go all around that alley and just work on lines. And I absolutely love it. And I absolutely love exploring characters like that. And it just makes me, it helps me find the several different ways that I can explore things, and explore how I want to approach things, and how I can navigate certain audiences when they're not responding in a way I thought they might respond. And it just allows you to be grounded, but also stay on your toes so that you're able to adjust as you go. And that's what I absolutely love.
Yeah. And that card, don't grow up. I mean, that's the amazing thing about being in the arts, is that's like the most joyful, playful type thing. We always talk about how we want to have fun in our auditions. It should be playful. It shouldn't be serious. Tom Todoroff, one of his Tom Todoroff isms, it's called a play. It's not called a serious. And I think that's a good outlook to look at everything in life. Is ultimately life's a game. Yes, some serious shit happens, but we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. Yeah, you want to be serious about some things, maybe, but not really. It's like you can't take everything too seriously. Even in business, I think ultimately business is a game. It's something that you should be passionate about. It's something that you should play in. You need structure, and you need systems, and you need processes in business and in your art. But all of it should be playful. It should be fun. It should feel childlike. If it's feeling like drudgery, or I know a lot of actors, especially, like you hear of like the jaded actor or the disgruntled actor, and everyone's moaning and groaning about the state of the industry and the union this and casting directors that, and just negative. It's just like you've sucked the joy out of it. And that is the challenge when you transition from amateur community theater person or open micer to now I want to make money on this. There's the trap of feeling, oh, this is serious and this is my business and this is a career, so I got to be serious about this. And if you're great, maybe you're serious about it and you're making lots of money, but if you're also miserable while doing it, then that doesn't make any sense either. So find ways to find the joy and to return to those childlike roots, and to play in the sandbox and to have fun. And if you're not, you should be also looking forward to your auditions too. It's like people out there, if you're dreading your audition, if you get an audition from your agent and your first thought is, oh, great, 9 pages. When am I going to have the time to do this? Oh my God, when's it due? Oh crap, I'm not going to be able to do it. Oh God, this is, oh, the writing. Oh, I'm never going to get this. That's not meant for me. Oh, this is stupid. What writers is, oh, this is terrible. If any of that energy is entering, it's like, you might as well not even do the audition. But it should be, oh, great, this is an opportunity for me to explore another script, to express myself. This is an opportunity to perform. This is an opportunity to create. Oh, wicked, I'm going to get to book Brandon, and Brandon's going to run my session. We're going to come to the studio, and for that little hour, we're going to be in our little bubble, and we're going to have lots of fun. We're going to explore the script. I'm going to spend my time rehearsing and having fun there. And then when we're actually shooting it, we're going to find new things. I know Brandon's going to give me some new ideas and some insights. He's going to give me a line read that I didn't think of. I'm going to improv a line. I'm going to make Brandon laugh. He's going to say something as a reader that's going to make me laugh, and it's going to be genuine on camera. And all of a sudden, there's this beautiful, joyful thing instead of stress. Oh my God, I got an audition. When am I going to do this? So if you're just some help with your self-diagnosis here, if any of those negative vibes are happening around auditions, that's a clear sign that you're doing it wrong. And you want to fix that as fast as possible. It should be fun, should be positive. The energy that you're putting out there instantly should be, oh, great. This is great. This is going to be real fun. Even if maybe you don't resonate exactly with not every character jumps out of the page to you. And sometimes you look at words and you're like, oh, that's a weird way to say things. But you should be looking at it, even if the breakdown, you read a breakdown and breakdown doesn't fit you per se. Instead of seeing, oh, I'm not right for this, you say, I'm a creative human being. I'm an artist. I'm an actor. I'm a storyteller. I'm going to put my spin on this. I'm going to put my best foot forward and put out a fun, creative thing into the world. And then you see what happens, rather than looking at it and striking yourself out. Like the amount of actors that before they've even rehearsed, they've mentally and energetically decided, I'm not going to get this. Now, every once in a while, one of those ones comes back and you don't get it. But I'm a big believer in putting good energy into the universe and positive expectations. And it's a self-sabotage trap. If you think you're not right for this, you think you're not going to get it, all that, how much effort do you put into that? How much prep do you put into that? And then it becomes this validating, self-fulfilling prophecy where you're like, yep, told you I wasn't going to get that. Well, did you not get it because you weren't, quote unquote, right for it? Or did you not get it because you decided up front that you weren't going to get it? So you didn't prep, you didn't shoot it properly, you didn't get a proper reader, your tech setup, your lighting, your sound was all shit, and you were late for the deadline as well. And then you're like, yep, see, told you I wasn't going to get this. That shouldn't be the way you're thinking about stuff. So positive, you get it, get excited. That's why I love Actors Audition Club, and I love our actors here. Our bookings come in from our members, And I know that they're excited. We're excited. We'll send a message. Ooh, what's this one for? Oh, this is going to be a good one. Can't wait. We'll see you tomorrow. This is going to be fun. After, we're getting these 5-star reviews from all our clients saying how much fun they had, how it was a good time, but it was also professional, and they got what they needed. So it's change your perspective and your thoughts around really anything in your life, and you're going to get your outcomes are going to change, especially when it comes to auditions. I mean, we would all love to not audition, right? Like, that'd be great if every week I just had an offer because I was an A-lister and I just had to read scripts and pick the best ones and throw the ones that aren't great out. And then as long as they paid my $5 million fee, then I had the role. That would be amazing. But I'm not quite there yet. So what is our gateway into these amazing roles? Our gateway is auditions. So you got to figure out, like, right now, maybe you're not an A-lister lead in a movie or lead on a TV series, but what you are is a professional auditioner with a great attitude and a great discipline for prep and rehearsal, and then a fun, loving, playful spirit creatively in the sandbox when you're having fun doing your auditions. And all of a sudden, you may be that A-lister that is getting those offers only, and we'll all be there. Or you write your own stuff. But if you're not writing your own stuff and you're not getting offers and having people throw their Martin Scorsese scripts at you, then for now you got to work at it in an audition, or you start writing your own stuff.
Yep.
All right. What else do we want to do? You got a show coming up. You're coming down the wire into your rehearsal. You got rehearsal/tech. You want to
I'm going to be opening Princess and the Pea on Friday night. We're going to be doing 5 shows every weekend from Friday to Sunday. So Friday starts at 6:30 p.m. and then Saturday, Sunday, we have 2 shows each day at 12 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. It's going to be a fantastic show. It's shaping up really, really well. I'm very, very excited. I'll drop the link in the chat. It's a very, very funny script, very funny people in it. I'm very excited. The songs sound awesome and the dances look great as well. So it's going to be a very good time.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'll go see one of the shows as well too. So yeah, and I was helping you with some of your rehearsals, so I've had a sneak peek at the script, and it is real funny for adults and kids. This is a kids show, but there's plenty of jokes and things that fly over the kids' head, but will land at the parents. So especially if you have young kids, take them out to the Princess and the Pea. And I should also let people know I've got a stand-up show coming up April 26th at Comedy Bar. I'm on a show here. Cowbell Comedy presents Buckin' Wild Stand-Up. I'm one of several performers, including Rasha Elfaki, Danny Martinello, Amy Cunningham, Braden Lynch is the host, and Mark Korakianitis. Mark Korakianitis. There it is. Nailed it. And me, of course, Joe Lars Larson. That's Wednesday, April 26th. Next Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. You can grab tickets online at comedybar.ca for $15, or you can not go online and you can wait to the door and you can pay $5 more, $20 at the door. But you can reserve those seats. Comedy Bar, maybe the best venue for comedy in Toronto. I would say it's probably the comedy hub. And the main reason for that is their stand-up, sketch, and improv. Pretty much, I think there's 6 or 7 nights a week. So shout out to Comedy Bar. It's like the comedians' comedy place in town. It's a real hub. You never know who you're going to see there any given night. So who knows? We might have special guest appearances, but I will be there April 26th. Can't wait to be back at Comedy Bar. I love the space. So grab tickets at comedybar.ca for Cowbell Comedy.
Nice.
And I think that's it. We're going to keep it short today.
Yeah.
So make sure subscribe on all the podcast platforms, wherever you're listening. We are on all of them. We got a new episode every week. You can listen live with us, usually 2 p.m. Eastern time on Facebook and YouTube. And for all the actors out there, don't forget, if there's something specific that you got a question for, you can send us a DM on Instagram at Actors Audition Club. You can also email us, lol@laughingvikings.com. ask us your questions. We'll bring it up on air. Or when you're watching live, you can just fire your question into the comments, and we see the comments on Facebook and YouTube, and you can be a part of the show, and we'll interact with you. But we've had lots of questions which have led to entire episodes. And it could be anything acting related. Now, being inside the audition, we really go deep dive into Audition specifically. So the question I'll pose out there, we posed it in our Facebook group here, was what's the number one audition struggle, challenge, obstacle that you're facing right now? What's the number one obstacle, challenge, struggle with respect to auditions that you're facing in your career right now? Shoot us a DM or an email and let us know, and we'll see what we can do after helping thousands and thousands of actors shoot their auditions here at Actors Audition Club and book more roles in TV, film, theater, commercials, video games, voiceover. We've learned a few things over those years. So I guarantee anything that you're running through, we've either been through it ourselves or we've helped someone else in that situation. So we can certainly help. And don't be shy with those questions either, because you never know. Your question might also be the question that 1,000 other people are wondering about. And it doesn't matter how specific or how general that question is. We'll be happy to help you and answer your questions here inside the audition. Yes.
All right. Have a fantastic week, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. And remember, we love you. Bye-bye.
Have fun.